Hi, it's Will again, back with another BleuBlog. Why, who you ask? Well, in typical, well, it appears to almost be a sort of curse of BookClubBleu now. We've been held up yet again by me getting glandular fever, or mono, as some people might know it as, but if you do know what it is, you know it's really horrible. And that's a strange side effect. I haven't drunk coffee in about 2 weeks. I'm on full Lucozade. That's good Lucozade. So anyway, me and Chris met up recently when I wasn't sort of dying. I was a little less deathsome at the time. And we agreed to do another blog each before our review of On the Road to sort of pass the time. And I don't want to say when we're doing it, because that seems to always jinx it, but hopefully next week we will be doing that. So I just thought I'd update on the books I've been doing. Turns out I'm a filthy liar, and I didn't read Hawks Harbour. I started reading it, realised I've got a lot better books to read at the moment, so I took that back. Haven't read any more of Electric Acid Test. Haven't read any more of Terra Armata. But I've bought some new books, and I've been reading those. So, to go over those, a book I'm really enjoying. It's Only a Movie by Mark Kermode, who is a really brilliant and witty film critic. His radio show's on today, actually, but I believe it's on late in the evening because something to do with the Prime Minister. Everyone's fun. But as you can see where I've got my fizz. Yeah, I'm quite far into it, actually. Probably it's hidden around this place somewhere, but that's quite far in. And I've also been reading, I picked this up for £2, because I saw the film Wilde, and it's been a really superbly interesting Oscar Wilde, aside from this Dorian Gray's my favourite book. And this is a sort of collection of a lot of important writings. And I recently read The Soul of Man Under Socialism, which sounds kind of like dull and specific, if anything, but it actually covers a lot of sort of aesthetism and just ideas of how Oscar Wilde sees the individual, how man should be able to live, and how the artist should be able to live. I notice a lot of people do this when they make vlogs, they look at the video themselves rather than the camera. So I will try and address you, but I'm obviously hung up on my face, which is still recovering from a terrible illness. And of course, I was really impressed by Chris's response. I didn't expect him to do one, obviously, but it was really great, and it did make me want to do another one immediately, and I did, but I recorded it without the sound, and then I just got so ill I didn't want to ever do it again. Let me just check my list, see if I haven't missed anything out. Yeah, we're doing good. Okay, so the thing I noticed Chris did, which I can't believe I missed out, was he talked about book system at school. And obviously I'm engrossed in them at the moment. They're a really important part of what I'm doing. I mean, English is kind of taken over what I'm doing at the moment, and it's obviously dictating a lot of what I read. So I thought I'd cover the books I've been doing in English, because for the most part I've been enjoying them. I say books, two of them are plays. First one, Tennessee Williams' Streetcar and Desire. And I really enjoyed this. This was the sort of first thing I did in English because you have 3 different teachers, 3 different sources to work from. If you don't know, this is, I believe it's written about the time it's set. So it's sort of like 40s New Orleans, and the character Blanche Dubois is sort of she's from a sort of wealthy background, but she's got a sort of a dark past, which is revealed in the story. And she goes to find her younger sister and her husband, who's the Stanley Kowalski and her sister Stella, who are kind of, very working class and very living a very sort of seedy life by her standards. And she's just trying to find sort of salvation in this area in New Orleans. And it's just a kind of tragic story of her trying to grasp some kind of hope when everything sort of turns against her. And it's that kind of downfall which is played so well in this, and the kind of, as sort of the protagonist. Antagonist? The nasty guy. Antagonist, yeah. Sorry, it's been a while since I've been in an English lesson, being everything. But yeah, Stanley's sort of aggression towards her builds. It's a really effectively orchestrated narrative in it. And it's a great film, obviously, with Marlon Brando. And my friends do have been threatening to have a Brandathon, where we will watch loads of films with Marlon Brando. But yeah, hopefully I covered that a little bit. I usually just pick up the book and say something, or not even mention the title, so I hope I'm doing something fairly decent there. The other one, which you're probably quite aware of these days, is Rocky Bones by Alice Sebold, as it's made into a film. Or as I like to subtitle the book, The Lovely Bones, a mediocre novel by Alice Sebold. And that kind of covers how I feel about it, really. I need to read it again, and I'm really trying to make myself do it, but it doesn't appeal to me. It's a fairly interesting story, and, you know, it's a good idea, which is obviously why it's so successful, but I think it is kind of lazily written, and there's some just bad writing in it, but it's certainly readable. I will finish it off. It just kind of annoys me, because I saw in the test paper the books we could have done in the place of this, and they were like plays like Waiting for Godot, and there was some Dickens in there, and stuff that I think would have been a lot more interesting, but I guess it's a newer book, and with the film coming out, probably it's more appealing to people my age who are normal. So yeah, the film looks a bit of a mess. I know some of my friends have seen it, I think. It's a Peter Jackson film, and apparently it's kind of all mixed up, but the book's a little mixed up, so what are you going to do? So yeah, I don't really enjoy that very much, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad, because the last one's a corker. Alan Bennett's The History Boys, and I just love this from the start, really. This is kind of the story of a bunch of boys studying to prepare for university. So like the 7th term or something. And it's in the 80s, so they're all kind of aspiring, as you would in the 80s, that's the time for that, to go to Oxford and Cambridge. And the play kind of centres around the 2 different teachers. One's a very old school teacher with kind of pederastic tendencies that kind of play out in the story. But he's still a very nice character, don't get me wrong, it's odd. And a younger teacher who they say seems young after a pupil called Irwin, who has a very sort of sensationalist idea of turning facts on the head for entertainment purposes almost, you know, because he becomes a historian. Whereas Hector, the other teacher, believes more in sort of learning honestly and for your own means, for your own benefit, you know, not for any exterior purposes. So it's about what it means to learn. It's about what education means, what education does, and it's just so well put together in those senses, like the subtext of it, as well as the drama and just the wittiness of it. So it's really great to write about because it's so rich. And I recently went on a school trip to see the play of this, and it was just marvellous. And I know this is already a modern classic, but I think, you know, when I'm older, it's going to be a proper classic, and it'd be great to go see it when I'm not doing it in school, because I just think it's just a great piece. So yeah, I can't believe I didn't talk about that before, because that's really been quite an important piece of work that I've been doing recently. So yeah, I think that more or less covers everything we're doing, and this is a little bit jumbled, but I just wanted to put something up and also say that, you know, I'm not so much dying anymore, but I've still got quite a lot of recovering to do. And yeah, Chris will be back with a video shortly, hopefully, and soon enough we should be doing a review. And yeah, so thanks for watching this shoddily put together one man's effort, and the Dale and everything. Please give me a bit of slack. I'll see you soon, Chris. Right, cheers.